What is going on, guys? Panther here, your coach of the Carolina CLEFABLES, and this week we are bringing you our Week 3 APA match against Jamvad and his Academy Appletuns. So entering this game, we are 2-0 on the season, and Jam is actually 0-2. This is Jam's first draft league. He took a forfeit in Week 1, and then he played a good game against Envy last week, but actually lost that one. So this is technically his second game that he's actually played, and he's 0-2 right now. He's definitely looking to pick up his first win. We're looking to continue our early success in the season. As you can see, we've made some transactions. If you did not catch our Week 2 battle video, we made some pretty big transactions, dropping mons like Dracofish and Celebi. But doing so allowed us to pick up a much better fairy type in the Galarian Weezing. We have Mantine as our water absorber now, and water type, and Hitmonlee is a new addition, of course, too. Oh, and Arcanine. So we've got several new mons this week. Still got Zeraora there. Excadrill actually ended up sitting the bench, of course, against the Corvi. But yeah, here we are. Jam's got a pretty scary team as well. He's got the Cloyster, which is obviously scary for its own reasons. He's got the Appleton, which I assume is here to help with the Excadrill as well, to kind of take some pressure off that Corviknight. But it also serves as a pretty good Zeraora check. He's got the Glade, the regular Corviknight, G-Max Snorlax, Sylveon. On the bench he has a Salazzle, a Seismitoad, a Scrafty, and a Alolan Ninetales, and a Manectric. So he had the possibility to bring the Veil here this week. But I have ways of dealing with that. So on my team, what I really want to do is I am E-Belt on my Zeraora, and I'm just a Guts Flame Orb set with my Obstagoon. I want to break his team. I want to get some chip on the Sylveon and get some chip on that Corviknight, and set up my Misty Terrain at some point and go into my Misty Seed bulk up Hitmonlee to try to win the game with. Get a bulk up as he goes out into like Sylveon or something like that. I have Throat Chop actually for that thing, and what Throat Chop would do is block its Hyper Voice. If he chooses to bring it. I live a Moonblast if he brings Moonblast, especially with my seed popped. But he definitely could be Moonblast because the Zeraora as well. Actually Hyper Voice turns Fairy, so it actually wouldn't mess with Zeraora. So unless he predicts the Throat Chop, he shouldn't be. But yeah, anyways, let's go ahead and jump into the battle here. So as you can see, you know my game plan now. My game plan is just to use Zeraora to break, use Obstagoon to break, and then try to clean late game with my Hitmonlee, like I said. But I've definitely got to keep my Mantine around because he's got a couple of big threats, mainly that Corviknight and the Snorlax. A bulk up or a curse set on either one of those guys, or like a Calm Mind Sylveon could actually pay off for him as well. So I got to keep Haze around on my Mantine for that reason. I am Pyapa Berry on my Weezing because Glade was such a threat in Team Preview. So I wanted a reliable switch into that and maybe catch it off guard with like a Strange Stream. But yeah, let's jump into it. I'm going to go ahead and lead off with my Zeraora here in this one, as he chooses to live with the Cloyster, I believe. I'm not going to play with this threat. I know he could be just a smash turn 1, so I'm just going to go ahead and just fire off the Plasma Fist. He's going to go into Appleton, give me some good information on this this Appleton here. So check out the leftovers. I definitely know he's defensive now. I do have Play Rough, so if I can predict it and catch it on the switch, I should be okay. He's going to go for the Seeds, and of course that's going to get a little bit of health back with the Leech Seed, of course. I don't know why Showdown's actually making this totally pink, so forgive me for that. And yeah, so let me back up. I got thrown off a little bit by that pink. So he goes for the Leech Seed with this. I could throw up some T-Spikes here if I want to. I know he's probably going to go into Corviknight, and if I do, it's just kind of a wasted turn because he's just going to defog them away. So I'm actually going to make a double here. I'm going to go out into my Zeraora, predicting the Corviknight, and he does just go into the Corviknight. Now I can throw off a free Plasma Fist again, or if I want to try to predict the Appleton, I can. I just throw off the Plasma Fist, though, attack what's in front of me. I really don't have a reason not to. Plasma Fist wasn't going to kill the Corviknight straight up anyways, and I didn't want to play around with it either. I have a decent switch into this, so that's just what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back out into my Galarian Weezing, and now I'm going to be able to make the decision again if I want to attack or make another double out. But I make the Decision to actually go into Arcanine this time, as he makes the play out into Snorlax, and I believe it is close combat here as he goes out into the Appleton. Yep, there's the close combat, and as you can see, that does absolutely nothing, as this is going to give him the ability to just go for the Leech Seed yet again. As I go out into Mantine here now, I want to get a Toxic off on this, so I'm going to throw off the Toxic as he goes out into Sylveon, and we are going to connect. So that thing is on a timer now unless it has Heal Bell. While I'm doing this, I'll go ahead and just explain. Let me just pause it real quick, 'cause I didn't even explain why we're on Showdown. So we're on Showdown because I'm having some major land play issues, and that's the system that we have to use to change our IP addresses pretty much to be one and the same, so that we can play locally with not only these hacked mons, but with a 10-minute individual timer as opposed to the 20-minute game timer. So if you've paid attention this season any at all, you've heard about the land play, and it's just really a pain to get set up and going. So we had some major issues trying to get it this week. So that's why we're on Showdown. I think you may see more of this as the season continues too from some of the other coaches. But anyways, let's jump back in here. He's got the seeds up. I can make the switch out into my Arcanine here on this Sylveon. There's really not much he can do. He's going to make the play out into Cloyster. Now, I really can't play around with this Cloyster. Really can't. So I'm just going to roar here just to shuffle it. I want it out of here. I can't let this thing set up. I've got to... I'm willing to sacrifice Arcanine to not let this thing set up, basically. So he's going to go out into the Sylveon as I'm Morning Sun up. And there is the Cloyster yet again. And I believe I just Flare Blitz here. No, close combat. So I'm just going to get some damage here. I don't think he'll smash up this time. And if he does smash, what I would do is I'll go and sack Weezing to pop the Misty Seed to deal with it, because I would still outspeed it with my Hitmonlee. So I'm going to go out now. He's going to knock out my Arcanine. I'm down 6-5, and I'm just going to close combat here on that thing, just in case he wants to go out into Snorlax or something. Close combat was definitely enough to kill. But I'm going to go for the Play Rough here now, predicting the Leech Seed. I haven't shown it, so I think I have the opportunity now to actually click it. And I have the option here to click it again or click Close Combat. I'm going to actually go into Obstagoon on the Corviknight here. I'm sorry, he goes Sylveon. He goes Sylveon to take the hit. But I'm going to get my Flame Orb off. And now I can attack if I want to. Or I can just kind of scout and see what he wants to do. So I'm going to obstruct, and he does reveal the Moonblast. So that tells me he is on to my Throat Chop shenanigans. So I got to keep that in mind later in game. If I get into a position to win with my Hitmonlee. Going to go for the Moonblast here, get the special attack drop on the Mantine. That doesn't really matter. I just bring in the Mantine to try to roost up. But I'm going to make the double out here, predicting the Cloyster or the Corviknight to come in, and we do catch one of them. And now is finally where I'm going to claim a kill. I can safely Plasma Fist here into Play Rough, and as long as I connect, I'm going to finally be able to kill this Appleton, which is just such a pain for me to have to deal with. So there's the Play Rough. We're finally going to knock out the Appleton, and we're going to see what he wants to go into now, because Zeraora really puts on some pressure against his team. So he's going to go out into Gallade. That screams Choice Scarf, as I'm going to make the play out into my Galarian Weezing. Again, don't know why Showdown's doing this pink thing, but we eat up the Zen Headbutt since we do have the Papa Berry. I'm almost positive he's Choice Locked, so I'm going to go out into my Obstagoon here. And I believe I knocked. Do I knock or do I Hard Fire Punch? Do one of the two. Hard Fire Punch predicting Corby, and as you can see, that does nothing. Nothing at all. So that tells me I may have some problems breaking that Corviknight. So I'm going to go out here, predict the Roost, and I get Zeraora back in again. So I get the Plasma Fist here, and we're going to pick up another one. And yep, there is the other one here on the Cloyster. So Zeraora has claimed 2 souls this game. And yeah, we're going to see how he reacts. He's going to go into the Gallade. And I'm going to go out into Mantine here, thinking this time maybe he will Zen Headbutt again. But he does unfortunately end up missing. And that's pretty big. Let me pause it. Let me tell you why the Zen Headbutt is big. The Zen Headbutt's big because it lets me it just lets me roost back up with Mantine. Obviously, that would have definitely two-shot the Mantine, so that's some pretty bad luck there on Jam's part because it gives me my Mantine back. And now he doesn't have a great way to kill this. So if he gets rid of Mantine, then he has a better opportunity to set up later in the game with the bulk up Corvi Knight or with Curse Lax if that's what he turns out being. But I do still have outs around that with Hitmonlee and Zeraora, of course. It just would have been a little bit of a different game flow, of course, sacking the Mantine. So I get back up to full as he goes out into Sylveon, and it's very unfortunate that he was not able to connect that Zen there. But would not have killed Mantine. I would have switched out into the Obstagoon later, and then tried to roost on the Sylveon or the Snorlax later. Mantine wouldn't have been dead there is what I'm saying. But now I know I can stay in. Because, yeah, Mantine didn't die at the 58%. Anyways, now I know I can stay in and just try to fish for some damage on this Sylveon. I'm not going to let him pass a wish is what I'm not going to do. So I'm not going to let him try to get in his Lax without risking the burn or Corvi or anything like that. So he does get him in on the Roost now. And I believe I just go hard Goon here maybe. Oh, I throw off the Toxic on the Lax. Okay, so this is a pivotal turn too. So he makes the double here and gets in Gallade. I'm assuming he's probably predicting Obstagoon or Hitmonlee to come out there. I just throw off the Toxic. Like I said, if he is Curse Rest, I really don't care because I can just haze it with the Mantine. That's why I have Mantine. I have haze on it to get that curse out of the way, but able to catch the Gallade with a Toxic here. And so now I'm thinking this thing is screaming Thunder Punch. Even if he Zens or Stone Edges here too, my Zeraora can take it. So that's what I'm going to do. I don't need health on Zeraora. So I'm going to go out into the Zera as he goes for the trick, and I get tricked his Scarf. So now Plasma Fist just looks amazing versus his team. So I'm Scarf Plasma Fist now. So that's what I'm going to click, is just click the raw, powerful Plasma Fist here. Pick up Zeraora's third kill of this game as we knock out the Sylveon. And now he's going to go out into Lax. And I really don't have a reason not to go out with my Mantine here. Like I said, if he wants to curse up, I'm just going to haze it away. I'm going to get the Toxic off on it as well. And then I want to see if he wants to rest on me or not. If he does want to rest, I can go hard out into my Hitmonlee then and kind of decide from there what I want to do. So I've got the haze off. I'm going to get the Toxic off now as he goes for another Body Slam. And we're going to roost up here, I believe. And notice we're not getting any leftovers recovery or anything. We are heavy duty boots on our Mantine. We're Haze Defog, Toxic, and Scald. I'm sorry, we're Haze Roost, Toxic, and Scald. So, yep, we're just going to go ahead and keep roosting back up. I want to see if this thing has Curse, and it's kind of leading me to believe that it does, just for the simple fact that he's staying in and letting this happen here at this point. It kind of tells me this thing has Curse or Rest, and if he's going to Rest, he's going to do it here. So now I'm going to get in Big Goon. And he's going to be able to go Corvi Knight here, but I can kind of gauge and see if what he wants to do. So I'm going to make the double predicting Corvi Knight, and he actually brings in Gallade. That's fine too, because now it gives me another Plasma Fist, and that's just what I'm going to go for. I'm going to go straight for the Plasma Fist and knock it out. Snorlax is asleep. It has not burnt any turns, of course. So now I'm just going to go for the Plasma Fist, and I hope he doesn't get lucky on the Sleep Talk rolls. So I want to see what he has. Does he even have Sleep Talk? Because if he's Mono Body Slam, he's not going to be able to touch Zeraora on a Plasma Fist turn. He's going to go for the Curse, and this is an important turn here too as well. So he has not burned all of his turns of sleep. So he has burned one turn of sleep. He has one more guaranteed turn of sleep next. He will be asleep. So if he does not get Curse again, he is 2-hit KO'd. But now he has revealed Rest, Sleep Talk, and Curse, and Body Slam. So he cannot touch my Zeraora if I am locked into Plasma Fist. Also keep that in mind. Unfortunately, we pick up the crit here. Only way this would have mattered, like I said, is if he continued to set up, got the Curse on the Sleep Talk roll there. If he would have got the Curse, again, I would not have been able to kill him on the following turn with Plasma Fist. But because of the crit, we are able to pick it up. Now, I probably would not have let him continue with that exchange if he would have gotten the next Curse. I probably just would have went out into my Mantine and hazed it, or maybe sacked off like my wheezing or something like that at that time, and then went out into Mantine to just haze it away. But because of that, we are able to we're able to end this a little bit more quickly. So he's going to go out to Corgi Knight here, and I should be able to 2-hit carry this thing, even if he does set up a bulk up. So he's going to actually do just that, and the following Plasma Fist is going to be able to actually take him out on the next turn. So that's it. That's a good game to jam here. So let's rewind a little bit to I think the game-changing play definitely was the Zen Headbutt miss on the Mantine. That's very unfortunate. Like I said, I still would have had my Mantine. I would have went out into Obstagoon. Now, he could have easily just predicted that and went out into Corgi Knight and tried to set up, but obviously the game flow would have been a lot different. I wouldn't have had Mantine at full. I would have had to have tried to roost safely on Snorlax or Sylveon later in the game, which I do think was very possible still, because at some point I'm sacking Wheezing and I'm getting in my Mantine to roost. So I just hate that it changed a otherwise good game. Does really good prep from Jam on his part. Jam's a good player. He is. I think he will get some experience actually drafting his team, and I think he's going to go a long ways if he chooses to continue his draft league career, of course. But yeah, I was excited to get this one in. I was really happy with the way that Zera was able to kind of take over this game here as well. It picked up all 6 of the kills, so I was really excited about that. But yeah, guys, hopefully you're enjoying the content so far this season. We now move to 3-0 on the season. We play our friend Miticus next week, so hopefully we're able to do that battle on our Switch. I hate to actually bring this on Showdown for you guys, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this type of post commentary battle a little bit. I can kind of slow things down a little bit more, give you my thought process a little bit more in depth. I know that week 1 was kind of chaotic with the match against Joey, and just trying to say everything I had to say in those quick turns. But yeah, let me know in the comment section down below how you're liking the team this season. Like I said, we are 3-0. The season is 10 weeks, so another 3 or so wins should lock us up playoffs. So we're definitely pushing for that. We're definitely pushing to win every game we play in this season, but we definitely want to make playoffs and make a push for that championship here in APA Season 6. Thank you so much for the support this season, guys. We'll catch you on Week 4.